so glad to be back, so here's a new DIY on nail polish flower crowns. First thing needed are some nail polishes. These are really inexpensive, from 99 cents to $1.99 that work perfectly. So save your pretty and expensive ones to the side. Next, what you'll need is a wire cutter, needlehead pliers, and a roll of beading wire. Also get some nice rhinestones. I picked up a few in different sizes, and these will be the center of your flowers. Then get some floral tape. They come in green, brown, and white, so choose whatever color you prefer. You're going to need a few blocks of styrofoam. This is where you're going to stick your flowers in to dry. And I use crazy glue for a few things, but to be honest, I ended up going back to my handy glue gun just because gluing was so much faster, but whatever glue you choose is good. Then this right here is optional, but I added some LED lights to my flower crowns, and it's in a string light form that's attached to a battery pack. Then pick out some ribbon. So your crown is going to be full of flowers, so choose some crystals that will be added in between your flowers for an added sparkle. So this tool right here is really useful. They're called jump ring mandrels, found in the jewelry section of any craft store. And you don't need these, but if you could get your hands on these, it will make the flower making process so much easier. You'll also need some floral wire. One packet alone is more than enough. And also get a few bobby pins and some hair combs. And lastly, some Velcro strips. To start off our crowns, pull some beading wire to start off shaping your flower frames. So I'll be using the large jump ring mandrel, but if you don't have this, just use something around the house like the handle of a wooden cooking spoon or a makeup brush handle, but whatever it is, it could work just the same as the tool. But what I love about this tool is that it has different gauge sizes, so I'll be able to make different size flowers. So start off with the wire under your tool, about an inch away from the end of the wire. Then go over and under, and then do one complete turn clockwise. Make sure just to make one single complete turn, so you should end up with your first little circle. Then again, place your tool over the wire, but this time be as close as you can to the first circle. Now pull the wire over the tool towards you and under. Then do one complete rotation counterclockwise. And you should have two circles near each other. So I'll repeat one more time in slow motion. Follow the same steps as the previous one. 1. Get as close to the last circle. 2. Pull the wire over towards you and under. 3. Do one complete turn counterclockwise, and you'll have another little circle. So you can choose to do only 4 or 5 circles. I personally made mine for all to have 5. So now pull the rest of the wire down the center and clip it off a few inches below. Then go ahead and twist it with the smaller piece of wire. I then like to take the pliers and go around the center to flatten it out. Once it's flattened, arrange the circles so they're spread out evenly. I then take the smaller jump ring mandrel, or use something like tweezers, and you're going to pull out the circle to look more like ovals. So then it'll end up looking more like a star. Then, taking the pliers, I'm going to very gently pinch the very point to make it even more pointy. Now there's going to be too much space in between, so take the pliers again and go through the center and widen them up. Finally, taking your large tool and place each petal against it, press down firmly so it can be molded to the curve. So this is now your flower frame, and I know it looks like a lot of work, which truthfully it kinda is, but the end result is so beautiful, and once you get the hang of it, they're made so much easier and faster. Now to turn the nail polish into the petal. It's just like creating a bubble. Take the brush out the bottle without wiping any off. You want the brush to be loaded with nail polish. You then want to lay the brush flat against one petal, making sure you're touching both sides and quickly gliding it over. The nail polish will then adhere to the wire, just like soapy water with a bubble wand. This will definitely take practice. Sometimes it works on the first try, others it takes a few tries. And the smaller the petal is, the easier it is. But if you create bigger petals, it does get more difficult making the nail polish stick. Then, to let them dry, place them inside the styrofoam. But once they're dry, go ahead and glue your rhinestones to the center. I used crazy glue here, but after a while, I just ended up using hot glue because the drying process was faster. Now, to get rid of the metal stem, wrap it with floral tape. Just for a tip, use pliers to hold the tape at the top while you wrap it around. And I wanted to add some crystals in between the flowers for an added sparkle, so you can make these double-ended gem pieces. Start by sliding 2 gems through the beading wire. Then twist the wire close on one end. Then slide the other gem about 3 inches below the first one and cut the wire. From here, just simply bend the wire over the crystal and twist it around the other wire so the crystal doesn't slide off. You should end up with these double-ended crystal pieces. Then, just like before, to get rid of the metal, we wrap it with floral tape. And make sure you use your pliers to hold it down to make the wrapping easier. Now let's start framing our headpiece. Take some floral wire and shape it into a half circle. And with the ends, just simply create some loops by twisting the wire. With the end loops, you're going to put the ribbon through and help tie the headpiece to your head. But this right here is only if you plan on adding LED lights. Take your battery pack and have it placed where the opening for the batteries is downwards. So then fold your ribbon in half and place it down the center of the battery pack. Then take a strong glue, like crazy glue, and secure it down. Once it's hardened, it means it's fully dry and you'll be able to lift the battery pack just like this. Then take your battery pack and loop the ends of the ribbon through the wire. And taking both ends of the ribbon, tie it into a bow. Then taking the LED string lights and start wrapping them around the wire. And you could actually take the time and arrange the lights so they're scattered evenly. These lights are waterproof, but the battery pack is not, so don't wear this crown if it's pouring rain out. And just like before, to get rid of the metal frame, wrap it with some floral tape. Just make sure you're not covering the lights. Now you can start adding your flowers, but first you must trim down the stems. I left them to be around an inch, inch and a half. Make sure to curve the stems so they're easier to apply. Then align it so you know where you want to attach it and cut a piece of floral tape and tape the stem down to the headpiece. So you continue with that, 1 by trimming the stem, 2 by curving the stem, and 3 aligning it and taping it down. Some flowers I have facing up or to the middle and downward. So this is not the same crown I've been working on because I lost footage from the last one, but luckily I was making 2 at a time, so I'll just show you with this one. And remember the double-ended crystal pieces we made earlier? We'll pull them out, and all you do is loop them through the headpiece and tie them around. Then you push the crystals forward. Now, if you have the LED lights, you want the battery pack to be more secure on your head, and you're going to add a hair comb, but you need 2 Velcro strips the size of the battery pack. Apply some hot glue to the strip and place it over the ribbon. Then apply more glue to the second strip and apply the hair comb over it. Finally, just press both Velcro strips together. And this is how the back should look once it's placed on your head. Of course, you won't have the battery pack showing there if you didn't add lights, but if you did, this is how it looks. And the nail polish flowers don't have to be just for flower crowns. You can actually attach them to some hair combs or at the end of some bobby pins. But here's the final results for the flower crowns, and I hope you enjoyed.